Hello and welcome to Feel Good Friday, your weekly dose of positivity right here on our Facebook and YouTube channels. It's also National Ugly Sweater Day, which is why I'm wearing this sweater that says ugly sweater. Ugly Christmas sweater. Whatever, you get the point. Thank you, Brody. We are live. It's the first time in a while we've done a live Feel Good Friday, and today it is for good measure. We have a lot of good news and a lot of hopeful things to share with you today. The first being something that Brody and I got to experience yesterday. It was history in the making. It was one of those calls you get and you just clear your schedule. Yesterday afternoon, the frontline workers at Regional One Health received the COVID-19 vaccine, at least the first round. And we got to be there to capture this moment of history. And, for a year that has just thrown us loops left and right, constant uncertainties, there was something emotional and hopeful and just a bright spot in our week to see these frontline workers who are sacrificing so much to care for those in our community. And I wanted to show you the video from yesterday and hear a little bit from those frontline workers. So take a look.
I'm ready for it. Okay. Thank you. A year ago we didn't have treatments. We didn't have even a dream about a vaccine. And so I think all of our hopes have been on finding effective treatments and even better, finding a vaccine that would work. So this is really, I think, going to be later a historic moment for us because unlike other pandemics before this one, we actually have hope of stopping this one with a vaccine. So I'm extremely excited. The risk of this vaccine is very low, and I can tell you from my firsthand experiences that the risk of COVID are just unacceptably high. So I'll be happy for the day to come. If everyone's vaccinated and we stop it, for the day to come when I don't have to look at another person and ask them what they want me to tell their family member before we intubate them.
For me, the reason that this is important to me to get this is that my grandfather, he's 93 years old and he recently passed away from COVID. So if I can get this vaccine and prevent anybody else or anybody else's family from going through what mine went through, then absolutely it's the right thing to do. We've seen this since day one in our hospital with the COVID units. These patients are struggling, it's real, and we're taking it serious. So I think we're very fortunate to be able to get this vaccine and do what we can and take care of our community.
I ran here. I ran up the hill, I was out of breath, and it feels amazing.
And if you're like me, seeing people get stabbed with a needle is not exactly the best video to look at. So some of you may have had to look away, but what a moment. And to hear from those frontline workers who volunteered, now they're getting paid, but they volunteered to serve in the COVID units at their hospital. The folks at Regional One, I know, have been working so hard, and they will continue to do so to roll out the vaccine to their employees over the course of the next couple of days. And it is not an easy task, as if you've read, you have to store it in extremely cold temperatures. It has a shelf life. It expires. There's all kinds of logistics, but we are the logistics hub here in Memphis. Thank you to Regional One for trusting us to tell that story yesterday, for letting us be a part of that moment, and for reminding us all that we're still fighting this. And we have a ways to go, but there was just a little glimpse of hope yesterday, and a light at the end of the tunnel is nearing, although we don't know how soon it'll come. This next piece takes us to Chicago, where our crew in Chicago spent some time showcasing ways to give back. Here's the thing. We were actually talking about this today. It's really hard this year to get in the Christmas spirit, hence my awesome Christmas sweater. And that's because there's just so many things that aren't usual this year. We're not gathering. Many of us aren't seeing our families in the way that we're used to. And I've always felt that when you give back, you start to really see some beautiful things, and you yourself feel gratitude for what you have around you. So this week, Charlie and Allison headed to the Lakeview Pantry in Chicago to show their efforts to help bring Christmas to families across the Chicago area. And it's all dedicated and in memory of a child who absolutely loved and adored Christmas. Take a look.
Mike, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
The toy drive's always been very special to us and something we look forward to doing every single year.
Jenga, it's just such a thrill to be able to do this and to know that we are not only helping kids but empowering parents.
Lakeview Pantry has been around for 50 years. We serve the entire city of Chicago. We have our main kind of location in Lakeview, but we have this location in Avondale, we have a location in Humboldt Park, and we have a location in Ravenswood. We know that our clients are coming to us and they're looking for their holiday meal, but they're also looking for toys. They want it to feel like Christmas.
The Vincent Babier's Memorial Toy Drive actually started 20 years ago, before I even had Vincent, by a group of families in Lakeview. They started doing the toy drive in 1998. It grew and burgeoned over the years, and then in 2010, when we lost Vincent, Sue approached me and asked me if she could redirect the efforts in memory of Vincent, and I was all on board immediately. He was the sweetest, most loving, generous child who ever lived. He loved Christmas and loved looking at the catalog. You know, he was just always thrilled with everything he got, no matter what it was. It's been very fulfilling to me as a grieving mom, and I'll be a grieving mom for the rest of my life, which is okay. And this has given me kind of an outlet and really helped us to carry on Vincent's legacy. And that's something that's really important to me, is to continue Vincent's legacy.
I think it's incredible. I mean, what an amazing way to keep his memory alive and to give back. And our Avondale location is the best location to drop off the toys. Monday through Friday, 9 to 3, someone will be here to pick them up. And we'll be giving these out until we run out of them. So we will continue to take them.
I'm so grateful to everybody, to all the people at the Lakeview Pantry, to all the volunteers, to everybody who has bought a toy or donated cash or participated in this. It's just been truly, I feel blessed. I really do.
I don't know about you, but I feel just like a little bit more in the Christmas spirit after seeing that. Just not only the generous hearts and volunteers, and thank you to Danielle for letting us tell your story. It's just alarming to me that the Lakeview Pantry has served 4 times the amount of families that they're used to serving. It just speaks to the fact that there are so many people in need this year, in particular with the effects and impact of the pandemic. So thank you to everyone who's volunteering their time and helping bring the magic of Christmas to families. And, you know, anybody who has kids or nephews or godkids or any kid in your life this season, it's really easy to see how kids bring the joy in all of us and sort of spark that wonder of the holiday season. So what a beautiful tribute. And I'm so glad that we were able to capture that story. It's very touching. This next piece is maybe not touching, but inspires all those green thumbs, the people who can keep plants alive in their house. We got another edition of the Emmy-nominated Plant Mama. And this week, Leah Beth is going to show us just how easy it is to spread a little holiday cheer in your own home while you're quarantining for Christmas. So take a look.
Hey y'all, it's me, your good friend LB, or as my friends call me, Plant Mama. And today I'm decking the halls thanks to my friends at FTD. Thanks to FTD's fast shipping, you'll get your holiday florals in the mail in no time. Your greenery will regain its normal shape after you remove it from the box, and then you're ready to rock and roll. I used FTD's fresh eucalyptus and wintergreen garland to decorate the mantle, and their Maryberry wreath is the focal point. I'm using candles and twinkle lights to really set the mood. Remember to mist with water daily to keep your greens fresh throughout the season. And remember that sunlight and heat will dry out your greenery, so you'll want to give the decor you use around your mantle or fireplace some extra love. See you next time. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Plant Mama. Leah Beth, always giving us some tips and tricks that make it seem easy to keep plants alive. I can't wait to see what she does with that series in 2021. By the way, we had a comment. It is National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. Hence why I'm wearing this ironic shirt that says Ugly Xmas Sweater. My sister gave it to me years ago. I do have fun festive ones. I'm just waiting to wear those for, all the time I'm going to have at home. I just want to take a second to say thank you to everyone who has worked with us this year and trusted us to tell their stories. We are headed into Christmas week and then New Year's week, and the staff here at Forever Ready is taking some time off. We're going to take the last 2 weeks of the year off some of us will be quarantining so that we can go see family safely. Some of us are just going to be taking some time off. All of us are going to be taking some time off. And we just want to say thanks. We are super grateful for all that we've been able to do this year, how we've all adapted to these difficult and new and interesting times. And in the process, still told some really cool, hopeful, and inspiring stories. And that's really what we're all about here, is reaching people in new ways, especially in a time like this when we need a little bit more positivity in the world. Guess what? There'll be a fun recap edition of Feel Good Friday that will be published on Friday, January 1st, 2021. What? That seems like crazy. We made it through a year. Thanks so much. I hope you have a safe and happy holiday, and we'll see you next year.